Real Action is brought to you by Pertec, with 103 service and supply centres around Australia for all your hydraulic and industrial hose requirements. G'day, welcome to Real Action. Michael Guest, Jack Nolan, and I've got the Butel brothers, Reese and Kine, and now there's not going to be any arguing. I've got brothers, so I know what it's like. You guys going to behave or what?
Yeah, we'll behave.
We're fishing out of Mackay, a magnificent part of the world. There's islands everywhere. Check this spectacular one out behind us. And this is sort of our last little stop. We're going to head out a little bit wider and we're going to chase some Queensland redfish. Largemouth Nannygai.
Red Emperor.
Red Emperor? Don't promise a Red Emperor if we're not going to catch one, Reese. Yeah? We're a chance or what?
We're a chance.
All right, we've actually I found a cherry ripe in my truck. So we had an early start this morning, so we're back in the boat. There wasn't too many people at the boat round, which is good. Found one of those great big cherry ripes, so I've got that out on ice. Whoever gets the biggest fish can end up with that for the day. How's that sound?
Done.
All right, there's going to be a bit of a fight on for that. All right, another 10 miles that way.
And we're on.
Yeah, let's do it. It doesn't take me much to get excited when I see a sounder reading like that. So these boys have got a couple of cool marks here, and they've shared them with us at the moment. I think they'll be deleted out of the system once we're fishing. That looks pretty good. I reckon we'll just rotate around. We'll drop two baits at once. So, mate, I reckon you and I go first.
Yep, cool as.
Done. You Blake, you're out of the picture for a minute. Let's drop it down. So we've got, what do you got? You're rigged ready to go. Yep. So we're going to drop down a big whole squid to start with. Now these are squid that I caught from home actually, and they've come all the way up from home. So we're going to drop that down. Kyne's got, oh yeah, mate, I've got the big mantles hanging off mine, but I don't think it's going to matter too much. It's a race to the bottom, big fella. You ready to go? Let's do it. Bit of anticipation there's no doubt. There's a little bit of run, a little bit of breeze, but it's not worrying. As I said, we're in the 7600 today in the big boat, and it's a pretty nice ride out. We're about 45 miles out of Mackay. So, I'll tell you, 50 metres of water. And that sounder reading is just...
That fish are coming up to it, eh?
Insane.
What do you reckon, it's fight like a nanny?
Yeah, it feels like a nanny.
Hey, what's going on over there? Oh, that's not a bad start. Look at that. Well done, bud. I went on here too, Reese. They fight hard, don't they?
Yeah, they go good.
And they're such a pretty fish. There you go. Okay, coming up here now. There we go.
Starting to get colour there.
Colour. That's what we want to see. All right. grab that rod, mate. Hey. What a start.
Beautiful.
What a start. Now that's interesting that your eyes have sort of popped on your fish.
Yeah, barotrauma's activated in him.
Yeah, where mine hasn't. So that's weird, isn't it, how one fish does? You know why? I reckon you wound yours up so much quicker than me.
A little bit quicker, I reckon.
Largemouth nannies are just one of the prettiest fish you'll ever catch. Got that beautiful pink hue about them, big eyes. And I'll tell you, they're a fantastic eating fish too, aren't they, kind of?
Sure are. Can't get much better than them.
A double hookup, I reckon we're going to swap out now, and the other boys will get a drop, but that's an amazing sounder picture, and I knew we were going to get a bite. It was just had to happen, didn't it?
Knew it was going to be on.
It's an amazing picture we've got there. So I'm using the 1 kilowatt transducer in 60 metres of water here today, and you can see that high point there. That's the largemouth nannygai coming up and down. They're really active. They've been biting really well. So I've zoomed in with my bottom lock and my zoom there to have a really good look at what's going on, but you can see it's so thick. And if I look at that, so we're in 48 metres of water and they're right up to 34 metres of water, so it's just a massive column of fish there, and it's not often you get to see a picture like that and drop a bait down, you know the bite's not too far away.
Marine Rescue New South Wales has more than 3,000 volunteers to help keep you safe on the water. You can log on with your local Marine Rescue base when you're heading out. You can call them back to check your marine radio is working. Best of all, they'll come to your rescue if you break down or worse. It costs a lot to provide this world-class service, so make sure you support your local volunteers whenever you get the chance. Marine Rescue New South Wales, volunteers saving lives on the water.
There we go. Just drop that bait down. I'm just going to wind it about 5 metres off the bottom. The fish are sitting nice and high there at the moment, so there we go, a couple of nice bites there.
Yeah, I got a good one.
Yep.
That's all right.
That didn't take long.
I've dropped mine.
You on, mate?
Yeah, she's gone.
Like I was saying, I've just been keeping an eye on the sound, and you can see the fish are stacked reasonably high off the bottom, maybe 10 metres, so you don't always have to have your bait right on the bottom.
Oh, that's good.
Once that bait hit the bottom, I wound it up about 5 metres and sat it right in front of the fish. Here we go, nice bit of colour here. Oh, it's the right colour. Swing him in. Beautiful. How you going, mate? You got him on?
Yeah, I got one now. It's a bit smaller than the last one, but...
Swing him around here.
She's a little one.
Little fella. Well, that's all right. I'll grab mine. You hold that one.
Yep.
A couple of nice largemouth Nannygai there. We're going to keep this one for a feed. Yours are going to go back, mate.
Yeah, she's a little bit small, so I'll chuck her back.
Sounds good.
Down she goes.
Got a couple of different baits we're using. These are cuttlefish heads, so I brought some squid up from down south, and these are cuttlefish heads, which are tough too, but I think anything from that well, they're called cephalopods actually, squid and cuttlefish. Anything from that family works really well. Largemouth nannies, just love them, largemouth nannygai, and as I said, part of the Janet family, one of the best eating fish you'll ever encounter, but I reckon that's going to get a bite somehow.
Bit of a better bite there, mate.
Yeah, sure is.
Just caught a couple of smaller fish, and you could tell they were a bit smaller when they were biting at that tap, tap, tap.
Yeah.
I saw that. I saw your rod sort of load up then, and thought, oh,
Take it.
this one's a bit better. Bit of colour there now. I'll slide him in for you. Nice, beautiful.
Oh, there we go, lads. That's a better
on.
fish. The outfit's pretty simple. 50-pound braid and some 80-pound fluorocarbon leader. Look at it. It's P10 rod, this one, 6500 reel, and that's a pretty general outfit. We've also got some overhead rods and reels today that we might use as well, but 10A chemically sharpened hook and just the right sinker to get to the bottom is what you need, but I reckon this is a slightly better one, this one for sure. There's so many fish on the sound. That's one of the, I'm lucky to do this for a living, that's one of the better sounder showings I've seen for a while, I've got to tell you, and I tell you, that's a good size one right there. Look at that. Big head shake. Hey, hey, hey.
Beautiful.
You know, the crazy thing is, we're on spot lock at the moment with the electric motor. We'll probably have a good look at the sounder, drive around. and does that sound crazy? You'd leave fish like this to try and find maybe some slightly bigger ones, which is just ridiculous.
That's it.
Oh, but that's crazy fishing. Excellent stuff. All right. That's a proper bite, that one. Oh, whack, whack. There we go. I think that's a better fish.
Colour, mate, colour.
Colour. Oh, big cod.
Big codly. Righto, mate. Swing him in.
I thought it was going to be a bigger nanny the way it was belting around.
Yeah.
That's just a common estuary cod, gold spot cod, that one.
Gold spot cod, yeah.
Yeah.
Or green eye.
Look, we'll have
green
to.
eye.
He suffered barotrauma there. They're still a good eating fish, aren't
Yeah.
they, cod? So we'll look after that one and put him in the ice and eat him. So he's not going to go back down, which is a shame. I'd like to let him go if we could, but in that depth, you know, that's why you've got to make sure you're prepared, got plenty of ice, because you're going to have that happen in this depth, and just take what you need. But we'll be hanging on to him. But he bit hard. I thought it was
Good bite.
more like a red emperor sort of whack bite, but turned out to be a cod in the end. So there you go. So obviously you guys are living in and around Mackay. I know you love your fishing. You do a bit of barra fishing too, yeah? Reece, you're into it too. I know Kynan loves it.
Yeah, a little bit out Kinchin Dam.
Kinchin Dam, then there's Toombra Dam, and then Youngula's right out the back where those big sooties are. So yeah, I fish Kinchin. Jack's up the front there, feeding his face as usual. He hasn't touched the cherry ripe yet. We've got that for the biggest fish of the day to go. But yeah, it's a great option. If it's a bit windy, there's always options in Mackay when it comes to fishing, isn't there? So
Sure is.
You're taking the position there, matey.
Yeah, bites here.
You're getting some bites. I see you loading up, and he's away. Crazy good fishing here at the moment. Oh, it's got a bit of weight to it, mate. Oh, that's the go.
Lost mine.
And just for people at home, fighting fish like this, important not to give them any slack line.
Yeah.
And sharks are a bit of
Keep the tension.
Yep, and sharks are a bit of an issue too at times.
Yeah, they tend to be sometimes.
Yep, so it's a bit of a race to the top.
Yeah, sure is. It's not
Oh
bad.
yeah, Reece on a good one. Hang on. Oh, that's a good one too. Great thing in this part of the world, you're going to catch a few different. I know we're getting a lot of nannies at the moment, but you get trout. What other species?
You like red emperor, grassies, spangled emperor, heaps of different types.
Yep.
This never ends out here.
That's the fun of it too, isn't it?
That's it.
All right, mate. I reckon that's fish of the day so far. The day's only just started. Oh, there you go, bud. It's
a nice fish.
That's a solid one. I'll give that to you. That's your fish. You hang on to that. But they've got such a big mouth. They're 10-0 hooks, and they look small in the mouth of that fish. I can't even get that one out. I'll take that cuttlefish head off. Oh, you got it out. Of course you did. So I've got a snooted rig. So three-way swivel there. So that's the three-way swivel down to the sinker with a loop, so you can change that sinker to suit how much tide you've got to deal with. And then those two hooks there, and in the background, I don't know if you can hear that. What's going on over there, Reece?
Oh, I'm getting pumped.
You're getting pumped. But have a look at this one. That's a beautiful looking fish, and that one's worthy of a photo, I reckon, mate. We might get
I reckon so, eh?
Yeah, that's a cracker. What is it,
I had
mate?
a lot of head shakes before, so I didn't think it was going to be a nanny. Like a lot more.
Lots of head shakes.
Yeah, I think it is a nanny, but
Oh, it is an ant. It's a good one. Oh, swing him up and in there. I reckon that's right up with the one that kind of got. Now, do you find give me that? You hold your fish.
righto.
Do you find that you find patches of them, obviously, where you get smaller fish, and you've got to move to find those slightly better fish sometimes?
Yeah, so they'll school up in the same size fish sometimes. So if there's a lot of small fish, we'll move to try to find the bigger ones sometimes.
Yep.
Even if there's a lot there, we'll just keep going.
So that one's handled coming up in 50 metres pretty well. I reckon we'll let that one go. It's all about sustainability too. We're going to keep some to eat, obviously, but I reckon that one will swim off. What do you reckon, mate?
Yeah, we've already got a feed, so
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
might as well let a few go, eh?
Oh, 100%. Absolutely. Right, mate. Let's...
Chuck him back.
Yeah, absolutely. Oof. Yeah.
He's off, Alfie.
Hey, mate. Hey. How good is this? That's
Good
awesome.
stuff.
It's a really basic rig that we're using to catch largemouths, and pretty much what happens, I guess, a lot of places up and down the coast, right around the country, and it's a paternoster style rig, although we've got paternoster style rig, I should say, although we've got the three-way swivel in there. So sinker there, Jacko, with a loop. Yep. So we can take that loop, and that's just a couple of overhand knots, so you can take that sinker off Easy as that. Current picks up, put a bigger one on, backs off further, put a lighter one on. So the lighter you fish, the better. Three-way swivel there, and then a couple of big 10-0 chemically sharpened hooks. That's these fellas here. Not many left in the packet. No. No, have to get some more of those, but they're awesome, cutting point hooks. So 2 of those in what we call a snood rig there, and that works really well. And Jack's going to show you he's going to rig that squid.
All right,
Because, what do you think I was doing it?
Oh, I thought so.
No, my hands are all clean. You do it. Come on.
So nice snood rig, especially for these largemouth nannygai. Having 2 hooks is better than 1. So what you're going to do is, the idea, especially fishing 50 metres of water, you want to keep your baits dropping nice and straight so they don't spin up too much.
I like it.
So you're just going to pin that top hook in the top of the hood there.
Yep.
Just like that. And you can just, I like to go through once with my bottom hook like that.
All right through.
Yep. And then just go through the head there.
Through the head.
Just like that. Bit of ink falls out.
And that's going to sit nice and straight.
Nice and straight.
And just looks so natural, doesn't it, when it gets to the bottom?
Yeah.
And you know what? I nearly guarantee we'll get a bite if we drop this down.
Righto.
There's not many guarantees in life. I reckon this one's a looking at that sounder picture, this one's a guarantee. Oh, there we go. I've swapped sides. I don't normally do that, but I've come to this side of the boat, leaning up against the gunnel there, and I thought I'd see if there's a bigger one on this side. I normally pick my corner and stay there, but I thought I'd give it a bit of a whirl and see how we go. But I've got to tell you, I think it's worked. I feel those head shakes. That's such a nice rod to use, these rods, for doing this. But you feel every bump and bruise with braid. That's the big difference between this and monofilament line. But I tell you, that's a pretty fair Nannygai right there. All right.
Here we go.
Do you want to do the honours there, buddy?
Yep.
That's a pretty nice fish, that one.
That's not bad.
Hey, is that up there with the biggest of the day or not?
Nah, I don't
Is that a cherry riper or?
Nah.
Biggest one you've caught, size-wise?
I've caught a 10.5 kilo one.
10.5? We'd say double the size of that.
Yeah, I reckon it's about double the size of that.
Wow, that's a cracker, isn't it? And that's about max size? Have you heard them bigger than that, or?
I've seen them to about 13 kilo. That's the biggest, I reckon.
That's a monster. That thing pulled some serious line. You reckon it's a cod?
Oh, I think it's a cod, eh?
No, it's a nanny. Oh,
that's a good nanny
he's hooked in the side of it. That's why he's fought. That's a good nanny, that one. Wow, look at that. I can grab him. Hand under here.
That's a very good fish.
Wow, there you go, mate. I'll give you your fish. So that's largemouth Nannygai, also known as, spin him up that way, bud, as a saddle-tail snapper?
Saddle-tail snapper, yeah.
Wow.
Black marking on their tail there.
Yep. And the difference between this one and a smallmouth Nannygai?
Largemouth will grow quite a lot bigger.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
you won't get a smallmouth.
Size of the mouth on them too. These ones are a lot larger, as it says in the name, and the smallmouth have a lot smaller mouth.
Yep, and they just don't grow as big too.
Yeah.
And as eating quality wise, these fellas are better than the smallmouth?
I think these ones are a bit better because the smallmouth are a little bit tougher when they get a bit of size about them.
Yep.
So
it's a bit bumpy today, but I tell you, that electric motor's doing a great job, and it's an amazing way to fish. It's just find those fish, hit that button, park, and that sounder is just being lit up the whole time. That's a cracker, mate. Oh, it's got a bit. That's got a bit going on. Definitely got a bit going on, that one. Whack, whack, whack. Come on, bud.
Just watching the sounder there, and there's a massive life underneath this, Nannygai and all sorts of stuff. And I was actually winding up. I got about midway up, and I got a bite. And I thought, I'll just pause it and sit it there for a moment. And sure enough, it absolutely got smashed. I guess he's got a fish over there, and it's just constant double hookups today. It's awesome. Yeah! Big lift there. You know what? I might have the fish of the day so far.
Hey, hang on, you haven't seen... Oh, no, you've got me.
Yeah.
Oh, you've got me,
How
big
good
time.
is that?
All right.
Sit that over
Come
there.
over here, recent kind, and have a look at these ones. No, you've got me.
Yeah, I've got
that's a.
That cherry ripe's looking pretty good.
Oh,
Smoked her.
I think we're done. But you'd think, like, really, you'd share with your mates.
Well,
It's a big cherry ripe. It's like a double one.
I'm hungry.
Quarters, eh?
You know, I'm a bit of a sweet tooth.
Normally I buy like 4 chocolates, but it's just that I happen to have one in the truck this morning. I don't know where. I think I got a heap of fuel. You know, you get a couple of chocolates when you get a heap of fuel. But if I go like that, I reckon I'm looking pretty good. No, you've got me, mate. That's a proper big one, that one. That's awesome. Wow, what a cool looking fish. Well, check that out. That's a couple of cracking largemouth Nannygai. We've had a fantastic time fishing out of Mackay. It's a long drive up here, but well worth it, I've got to tell you. Plenty of facilities, lots of good accommodation in and around Mackay as well, and the fishing is just supreme. The islands are only just back in there, and we're going to be heading back that way shortly. We might even try catch a giant trevally or do something a little bit different. I got to tell you, hold that one up. I think you've won the day there, Jacko. You've been watching Real Action. Michael Guest, the stowaway, Jack Nolan, Reece Butal, and we've also got his brother Kynan here as well. We'll catch you next time. Wow, check those out.
Real Action is proudly brought to you by the all-new Amarok, born from tough love. Look after your best mate with Hypro, pioneers in pet food.